Most people don't believe that they deserve to be healthy and well. It's really sad and kind of crazy, but most people, they think, because of something I've done in my past or for some reason, I don't deserve this. And that's like one of the first things we work through with every person, right? Is we help them see that you are deserving of health, of love, of the life you've always dreamed of. So we take someone from this place of suffering to a place of hope and ultimately help. And so I think what my business is really good at is showing someone hope and then delivering on that hope. Welcome to the Miracle Academy podcast. I'm your host, Scotty Cooper. Today, we're going to be a little bit different on our podcast episode. We're going to talk about the formula we use to help you get a miracle and things that I've done in my life that have been able to find that as well. So we just go right in. The first things that we normally look at is most people don't believe that they deserve to be healthy and well. It's really sad and kind of crazy, but most people, they think, because of something I've done in my past or for some reason, I don't deserve this. And that's like one of the first things we work through with every person, right? Is we help them see that you are deserving of health, of love, of the life you've always dreamed of. So we take someone from this place of suffering to a place of hope and ultimately help. And so I think what my business is really good at is showing someone hope and then delivering on that hope. That's the thing that really sets us apart. So the examples I like to use is like, someone comes in here and they say like, oh, well, I'm here because my knee hurts or because I can't go to the restroom. But then as we're talking and I ask them questions, I find out that no, the real reason you're here, and they normally tell me, is that they can't hold their grandkids, or they can't hike, or they can't go to Disneyland because they have to go to the bathroom so much that they're embarrassed if they go with anyone because they wouldn't be able to wait in line on any ride. And it's crazy because it's like they don't tell you that unless you ask. And that's like what I see on a daily basis is that people, their true motivation is something different. And that's what we always want to connect to. Is that if our true health and true vitality looks like us being able to go to Disneyland or to hike or to garden or to pick up your grandkids, that those are the things we really focus on and get us focused and having the awareness to like, how can we get there? So awareness is a big thing. A lot of people, they'll see with their awareness, like if you're thinking about like, oh, I want to buy a Tesla, right? And that's where your awareness goes. You find that when you're driving around, all you see is Teslas because you now have the awareness to it. So it's similar in this aspect that if you're truly focused on these goals that we set, like being able to hike, that your awareness shifts to, well, if I do these things that the doctor's telling me, then I can actually get there. And it's a different type of awareness that we utilize. And it's that same idea with the Tesla, but we just do it in a different way. And we focus on that being a faith-filled center instead of a fear-based center. We look to motivate on that faith, on that awareness, not on the other way. And one of the ways that you're able to really get that awareness or to get towards that miracle, once we've kind of dug that out and find that that's really what the person wants, then we start looking at like, okay, well, how do we get there, right? So with Cooper Sound Chiropractic, what we do is we remove that interference within the nervous system so that the body can function like it's supposed to. So we do that. We start getting them with the right nutrition. So we start taking things that weren't good for them out, and we start putting the right things in. The way I think of it is like if we're doing a room addition on your house, we don't use cardboard and tape. We use the right things that your body needs. Then we look at exercise. Then we look at anything that puts the body at risk that they don't adapt to. This can be mental, emotional, physical. It could be a lot of different things. And like, for example, it could be like the shoes you wear or your pillow at night or some emotional trauma that's been around for a long time, right? There's all these different things we look at. But once we have that awareness to our goal and then we start doing this, the other part that's really important is the mental and energetic and almost spiritual. And what that is having a clear intention with an elevated emotion. So an example of this would be like for me in my life, something that was really important to me is I really wanted to go to this event a couple years ago. And it was this doctor I follow, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he's a neuroscientist that does a lot of stuff with meditation and physics and how all that works inside your brain. And I really, really wanted to go to his event. And so I read his book and I was excited, and I found out that his stuff sells out in hours. So I just told myself, like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get myself to this event. And it was in Cancun, Mexico, and the event was supposed to happen in December, and I decided this maybe October. So every single day what I would do is I would have the elevated emotion with the clear intention. So my intention was that I was gonna get to this event, and it was going to be amazing, and I was going to have all these breakthroughs for myself, and that it was even going to be paid for. And so that was my intention. And so every single day I had the emotion of what I was going to feel like once I was there. So every morning I would do my morning routine. I would do my prayer and gratitude and meditation and think of my goals, and I would feel what it felt like ahead of the event. And one of the cool things that Dr. Joe talks about in his book, Becoming Supernatural, is that from a physics standpoint, when you feel that, you're able to actually bring that to you in a physical sense. And it's pretty crazy. And he explains all the science behind it. And for me, that was good enough. I didn't need to know all of it. But I would do this every day. So I'd focus on what I want, and I would feel it. So I would just sit there and I'm just like, okay, I'm feeling what it's going to feel like once I'm at this event and all the amazing things that are going to happen to me. And so I would do this every day. And then the weekend before this event was supposed to happen, I was going with my dad to a conference in Las Vegas. And we were going, and it was a mastermind group. When people of like this industry or these high performers kind of meet and they get to share ideas and share the things that they find work for them. So anyways, we're going to this event. It's in Las Vegas. And then it was supposed to end on Sunday. And then on Monday was this event in Cancun. So my dad and I are leaving. And I tell my wife, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring a bathing suit and flip-flops and my passport, because I'm going to get to Cancun. Like, I know that I don't have the ticket. I'm not signed up for the event, but I'm going to get there. And my wife, who's just so amazing and supportive, said, go, honey, like, do it. She's like, I'm going to miss you, but have fun. So I told her, like, I know for sure you won't see me for the weekend, but you're probably not going to see me for another week. She's like, you know what? You just do it. So we go. And you know what? On Saturday night, I just, at a last ditch effort, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to email this guy's team and see if they have a spot open up. So I emailed them and I said, hey, just want to let you know that if there's any chance I could get to this event, I'm still down and I want to go. And I get a response, and they said, you know what? We had a cancellation, but no one else can get here. Do you want it? And I said, yes, absolutely. Before I even looked up a flight, I was like, yes. So Saturday night, we find a flight from Vegas. It has like a layover in Texas, then to Cancun, and then after the event, from Cancun, layover, back to Southern California, Orange County, and it was for $200 the night before the flight. So on Sunday was my flight. For $200, we found this airplane ticket. So like, honestly, like the universe just totally aligned. God knew like this is what I wanted and made it happen for me. And I get to the hotel, like get to the event, I get to the hotel, and I check in, and the lady's like, oh, like when did you book your reservation? I said, yesterday. She's like, we've been sold out for months. I doubt it was yesterday. I was like, no, like it was yesterday. And she found it. She's like, how did you get the upgraded suite? I was like, I don't know. Like, I put it out there and I felt it before and it happened. And then I like show up like to the event part and I'm telling them about it. And they're like, how did you get here? And I'm like, I had the clear intention, the elevated emotion. Like, I did what I was supposed to, and it happened. And they're like, that's incredible, because the lady working it was like, I didn't even get one of the nice hotels. I actually had to go to a hotel next door because it had sold out so soon. So props to you. And so once I saw that work for me, I was like, you know what? I can do this all the time. So I started to do it all the time. And amazing things started to happen to me. one of the things my wife and I really wanted was we really wanted a house. Like that story is pretty incredible too, because like in Southern California, home prices are insane. And we didn't really want a condo because that just wasn't what aligned with us. We're like, no, we want a house. So every day, the two of us, every morning would focus on what this house looked like and what it's gonna feel like and how happy we're gonna be once we get it. And so we're doing this every day. And my guy, Juan Corona, who's a superstar, found this house that was gonna be flipped, and we got it way under market value, which was insane. Like the price we got it at was like $200,000 under what it should have gone for. And it was like beautiful street, beautiful house. And yeah, it had a little bit of work that needed to be done to it, which I don't mind. And it was a miracle. Like when I show people the numbers, they're like, how did you do that? And I was like, you know what? I had clear intention with an elevated emotion. And the thing was that I was so focused on it. Like God put the right people around me to be able to get it done, right? Guys like Juan that was like, okay, you know what? This sounds like an impossible thing, but who cares? Like, I'll look, like we'll figure it out. Or other guys working on my house that they're like, you know what? I want to help you make this dream happen. And there's so many people that have been able to help me with that. My parents, obviously my wife, my parents-in-law, like everyone has supported us and been able to help us. But the thing is like when you have that awareness to it, then everything else around you responds to it. And I've just seen that with my life, like you can do that with health too. And that's what all of our patients do and we teach them about, is like to have that awareness and to feel what it's gonna feel like when you're healed. And these people heal. And the thing is like people heal from all kinds of crazy things you've never heard of. And it's so miraculous when it happens. And it's cool because it happens with moms, with their kids. It happens with like NFL athletes. It happens with all kinds of stuff. You know, we were on the news because there was a girl that we worked with that, if you watched one of my other podcast episodes, Juliana, where she recovered from cancer. And, you know, she was so determined that that was going to be the way she was going to heal, and she wasn't going to be defined by what other people told her. And, you know, she did all the things that she felt were right for her, and she healed. And it was incredible. But that's like the way we look at getting those miracles, is having the hope of like, okay, what is it that we really want? We realize that we're worthy of it, and that might take some work, right? The thing is you have to kind of affirm and tell yourself every day, you know what, I am worthy. I'm allowed to be healthy. I'm deserving of love. I'm all these things, right? And then having those clear intentions with the elevated emotions, doing the chiropractic, doing the nutrition, doing the exercise, and then removing things that are toxic and being able to live the life that you always dreamed of. So those are the things that we normally look at and we find that are pretty incredible. So, you know, let me know if there's anything else that you do as part of your formula for miracles, but that's kind of the basis of what we do. A lot of things get a little bit more fine-tuned depending on what's going on. You know, someone says like, hey, can you help me? It's like, well, it depends on what's causing it, right? As long as it's caused by what we fix, then yeah, we can help. And we don't limit them. They say, well, how much can I heal? I'm like, you know what? That's up to you and your body, right? If you want to put in the work and keep going, then we'll keep going with you as well. And that's what excites me, is that once people are like, you know what, I do want this. I want to get healthy. It's like, all right, well, let's go to work. And that's one of the things that I just totally love and dig on. So thank you so much for watching this episode, and contact me if you're ready to get started to put the formula into action. So, you know, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, on social media, Scotty Cooper. So this is the Miracle Academy, where miracles are expected.